So the Krugerrand didn't change in size, but the dollar came down,
It's funny, this is not an old discussion. This is not a new discussion, I should say. This is an old discussion because if we go back to the 1890s when the US suffered a big, well, just prior to that and in early part of the 1890s, the world has suffered a depression, but the US suffered the biggest depression that they had. It was the biggest depression in the United States, but greater than the 1930s. And a bloke called Frank Boehm wrote a book, and it was called The Wizard of Oz. And
that's a very good description.
Yes, and the Oz, of course, was about an ounce of gold. And the big argument, because there was an election on, and the big argument at the time was, should we have the silver standard or the gold standard? And of course, Dorothy had silver shoes originally. They only got made out of Technicolor when they made the movie, but original shoes were silver, and it was her silver shoes bouncing on the gold road, the yellow brick road, the gold standard. And of course, the Emerald City was the paperback. And the big argument around then was, what should it be? And should we have this paper money? Is it useless? This is what government prints and makes, and just promissory notes made by government, like we promise to pay or honour. And the big argument was, stuff all that, we should go back to silver coins and gold coins, because people who worked on the railways got paid silver dollars. And unfortunately, the silver price went down. That was a big issue. But that argument, this discussion that we're now having, is not a new discussion. It's an old discussion. And everybody gets nervous today. Oh, this is a conspiracy theory. No, this is real. This has happened before. And it's not a new thing. And we're all been getting stitched up by governments and narratives coming from various media outlets, etc., about which way they want us to go. And as I said earlier, this is in the end, governments always win. Unfortunately, they always win. So all we can do as individuals is set ourselves up so we don't get ripped off. And I think part of your thesis there, therefore, is educate yourself.
Yes.
And
because school's not going to teach you this.
Yeah, no one's going to tell you this. So as part of your visit to Australia, by the way, someone told me sadly this is your last visit to Australia.
Well, I'm an old man, so this is a long trip.
Robert.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.